So Lamont, here's $1 million question. Man, what motivated you to do the film Trigger?
I think mental illness has been in a lot of our families, and a lot of times we don't deal with it. And me personally, I've experienced it personally. And I had family members and people that suffer from mental illness. I saw it break up marriages and homes.
Wow.
So I wanted to put Trigger out there just to show people that we are aware of what's going on, and you can actually get some help.
Wow.
You can
That's
get some
awesome.
help.
Wow.
I know prayer works,
Yeah.
and when I went through my personal experience, prayer actually pulled me out of it. So I know what it's like on both sides of mental illness.
Okay.
So it's a lot of people out there who's struggling, who's suffering with it.
Yeah.
So I want Trigger to be kind of like educational, to show them that, hey, things happen in people's lives that they have to take care of, and if they don't take care of it, follows them until they deal with it.
And then it could get out of control.
That's it. So that was really my motivation. I want to make people aware that mental illness is real.
Okay.
And it can be scary, not only to those that's actually experiencing mental illness, but those family members that's taking care of them, those people that's dealing with mental illness on that side, as a caretaker or as a husband or as a wife, just dealing with it. Hey, it's help out there.
Yeah, that's great about what you said. Now, as far as the title Trigger, what inspired you to come up with that title, the name Trigger, as it relates to the film and what you're trying to get out of it as far as dealing with the mental illness?
Annette was living a normal life, her and her husband.
Okay.
And it was just one day something triggered it. Something made it go off. When I think of trigger, I think of a gun. A bullet is safe in that chamber.
Yeah.
But until you pull a trigger, that's when people get killed or hurt.
Yeah.
And that's how it is with mental illness. Until that trigger is pulled, them people live a normal life. You can go to work every day, you can raise your kids, and something can trigger that. Something can cause that, mental illness to creep up on you.
Wow.
So I named it Trigger just because of that.
Okay. That's perfect right there for me to segue into talking about Kendra's character. Now, Kendra, you played Annette, the one that actually suffered from this mental illness in the film. This question is going to be twofold. First of all, tell me how you felt while you were playing the character, and did you learn anything from playing that character as you were doing the film?
So by me playing Annette, I really got to understand a lot of what people that have mental illness go through. A lot of times they are just easy go, happy people.
Yeah.
And, a lot of times if you have a lot of issues that have happened in the past, a lot of times we like to put it away in a box and lock it and not deal with it. But then, when you have some kind of onset later on in life, that box is now open and brought to the now present time and open for everybody to see. And so then you kind of have to try to figure out, how do I deal with all of this? Now you have a family, kids. Kids don't understand. Your husband doesn't understand because you never let him know what was going on
Right.
in that situation. So
Yeah.
by me, I was able to kind of get a glimpse of what a person that has mental illness goes through when all of that plays in part.
I agree with that. Well, what about you, Sean? You played Mr. Parker, the caseworker.
Right.
You had to deal with both sides. You had to deal with me, Mr. Davis. My wife is having an experience, and you told me, hey, look at me. Or hey, look at me. And so you deal with both sides. You deal with the actual mental patient, and you deal with the family of the mental patient.
Right.
So with you playing Mr. Parker as caseworker, what you got out of it?
It's a great question from me because it allowed me to see how patient you have to be with people that are going through severe illnesses and circumstances like that.
Yeah.
You have to forbear with them. You have to strive with them because they're dealing with chemical imbalances. Some of these people, the enemy is just gotten in them and they're trying to torment them and get them to a place to where they're trying to isolate themselves and keep them away from actual help. So it helped me to understand and see a little bit better from a caseworker standpoint, dealing with people with illnesses and even family members and extended people that's associated with that person. Man, it just helped me to see how important it is to strive with those people and forbear and to be strong along with them, to kind of encourage them on. It's almost like a pastor's role. Playing a caseworker is almost, it's similar to being a pastor to a church. because you're dealing with people. Some of them, the Bible talks about how you have to be compassionate toward the
Yeah.
ignorant, and you have to forbear and forgive. And
Yeah.
you got to overlook certain mistakes and certain issues, until you strive with a person to the point to where they get the help that they need, man. So it was a great experience for me.
That's good.
Yeah,
And that's what I want people to see.
that's awesome.
I gotta ask you one more question. Did they catch the truck driver? The one that was following me on? Well, you know, I'm doing the video with y'all and doing the film with y'all, and y'all did a wonderful job. And I hope that everybody that watched it sees that, you know, we're trying to get a point across that, you know, with prayer and with patience, they can get over mental illness.
Exactly.
Amen.
And it's not something that's uncurable. It's something that, you know, people can actually overcome.
Amen.
And
Exactly.
if you have a family member that's struggling with it, just be patient with them, and understand that right now they're not living in your reality.
Right.
Right.
You know, they're in a different reality than what we normally used to.
Right.
You know,
right.
so we be patient with them and trust the Lord, man, and they can make it through it.
That's right. Because with God, all things are possible, right?
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, I
right there.
appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate you,
All right.
man. All right.
Annette.